Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind, our boys basketball recap video. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane, Stewart, and as always, our recap videos are presented by Heidemann and Associates. If you have any legal needs, the experts at Heidemann and Associates can take care of you, be it living will and trust, or if you might have some litigation, you're not quite certain, you want to talk to a lawyer, they'll give you a free consultation if you call 801-472-7742 and just tell them that Rewind sent you. All right, it's the holiday season, and so we are bringing you presents. Not real presents, just our digital presents on the screen wherever you're watching it. So happy holidays, folks. Let's dive into it, shall we? We got some awards we're going to give out in the spirit of the holiday giving season. Let's dive in first, though, to... Yeah, we'll start here, shall we? Let's go with a heck of a rebounding effort this week. Gunnison able to beat St. Joe's 63-55. That's great. Daxton Knudsen, 23 points, 15 boards for Knudsen in that one to help lead Gunnison. Congratulations. That's a big night on the glass for Knudsen and the Bulldogs. All right, let's move to our comeback of the week. Everyone loves a good comeback, right? Except the teams who maybe gave it up. Salem Hills, Northridge, 74-73. Skyhawks with the win. It was a 23-16 fourth quarter as Salem Hills stunning Northridge. Jacoby Gustin, 18 points, 12 rebounds. Elijah Gasser had 13 points for Salem Hills in the win. Meanwhile, Kale Lake, 26-10. Big night, but not enough. And Daniel Sunkuli, I think. My apologies, Daniel, if I got that wrong. 20 points on the night for Northridge, but coming up just short as Salem Hills able to come back and get that win. We've got a not record-breaking, but a near record-breaking performance we got to catch you up on. How about the night for John Roseveare and Cottonwood? Cottonwood got a 88-62 win over Stansbury. Roseveare hit 10 threes, 10 of them. Not a state record, but it is top 10. And it's tied for like 6th with a bunch of other shooters. Regardless, big night for Roseveare. He finished with 40 points in the win to lead the way for Cottonwood. Luke Park had 10 points, 12 assists, which when you got a player like Roseville shooting threes at that percentage, yeah, just keep giving him the ball and those assists just rack up, right? So big night for Park, bigger night for John Roseveare in the big win for Cottonwood. Congratulations on a heck of a shooting performance for John Roseveare. Let's go to our, look, it's December, I get it. But let's go to our little thriller moment of the week, shall we? We got 2 of them for you. First of all, let's start with a tournament game. Woods Cross, Brighton. All right, so Woods Cross led by like 10 at the break. Big lead, fantastic. Brighton comes back. The Bengals finding some steam and momentum. They take a lead in this one. Coming down, tie ball game. Bryson Watson hits the game winner, a 15-footer with 2 seconds left to give Woods Cross the lead and the ultimate victory, 61-59. Watson finished with 18 points, 3 threes in the game for Watson. Hunter Jackson had 16. As look out, those Cats, folks. Coach Margetts has them starting to find some momentum, some success, some confidence. This is a sneaky Woods Cross team. And by the way, they got some good-looking jerseys. Big on the uniforms. A-plus, Coach. Let's go to another one because it was the game right after that. Davis was playing Olympus. Olympus had not lost yet, and Davis got off to a lead in this one. I think they led by 13 in the first half, and then Olympus chipping away. Titans tie this one up late, but Davis able to hold on. 50-48. The Darts get the win. Coleman Atwater finished with 15 on the night. JT Turley had 13 on the night as Gavin Lowe had 15. We talk about peskiness. Yeah, here we go. I don't have the stats, but one of the awards we're going to give out, and we'll give another one out later actually, is our Grinch. Because it's the holiday season. We all know the Grinch. He went and stole all the presents, right? Well, we got a Grinch, and it's Gavin Lowe. His thievery defensively, this young man is just picking pockets, kidnapping kittens. I mean, he's just plucking that ball away, and the steals, he's off running. Gavin Lowe. Man, love watching this kid play. If you like defense, go check out Olympus and Gavin Lowe. This kid is a blast to watch defensively, very talented offensively too. He does everything for the Titans. he's got a lot of support. He's not a one-man band, but, man, he contributes in every aspect of the game. Gavin Lowe, it was one of our greats. We say that, Gavin, with all the love in our heart for you, man. We love watching you play. His defense and his steals, A+. All right, so those were our thriller moments. You don't get the dance again. Sorry, that's a one-time thing. All right, let's move on to some recaps. We're going to take you through some of the classifications, games that occurred this week. 6A. Man, 6A is fun, isn't it? Layton getting a nice win over Lone Peak. Sam Romer had 25 points in the 72-57 win over the Knights. Chase Randall had 21 and 4 made threes. But I put a but in there because Layton, later in the week, they got upset. American Fork handing the Layton Lancers their first loss of the year. Somewhere the Miami Dolphins were popping corks off of Martinelli's as no more undefeated teams in 6A. As Jax Clark had 23 points in the win for American Fork, 53-50 over Layton. Carter Millen 19 on 3 made threes, but no unbeaten teams left in 6A, folks. It's going to be a super fun year in the top classification. How about Bingham, Fremont? We saw this Bingham team. Super talented. Love the job Coach Stratman has done. Luke West, 16 points in the 56-51 win for the Miners. Easton Duff finished with 21 for Fremont. But Davis, they're 3-ball, and they've got an ability to attack as well. They got some size inside, but their guards athletic enough to create some open looks, drives, pull-ups, etc. And their defense, man, they'll put a lot of pressure on. That Bingham team is really, really scary, really, really good. You want to talk about teams finding momentum? You want to talk about a team finding momentum? Copper Hills. This is a long ways from when they lost in the opening game of the year, a one-sided loss against Davis. Since then, look out. Isaiah Reiser, he is finding his best game again for Copper Hills. 74-68, had a nice win over Crimson Cliffs this last week. They had a 21-13 second quarter as Reiser finished with 24 points. Boston Lamborn had 14 with 4 made threes in the win for the Grizz. Travis Murdoch with 21 in the loss for the Mustangs. But Copper Hills, that offense finding itself, folks. Coach Allfrey, first year as the head man. He's been an assistant there for several years. Copper. There you go. A couple of other 6A games we want to catch you up on. PG got a nice win over Riverton, 68-63. Brendan Blackett had 22 points, 4 made threes. Ty Palmer, 14 in the win. Creek has finished with 23 as Riverton battled, just couldn't quite get over the hump. And then how about Westlake Westlake and Dixie. Dixie got off to a hot start. Westlake handed Dixie with a loss at a tournament up here in the Salt Lake Valley. 18-10 second quarter, but it was the game from Simon Sua. Boy, he went off. 28 points for Simon, 7 made triples to help Westlake hand Dixie the loss, 60-48. All right, some 5A action for you. Let's go Woods Cross again. We talked about Woods Cross earlier. Yet another big win. That's why we talk about the momentum building for the Cats program. A 22-16 fourth quarter allowed Woods Cross to come back and knock off Syracuse. Hunter Jackson had 16. Bryson Watson had 15. And Elliot Bendinger, yep, you heard me, Bendinger with 15. Again, a talented roster for Coach Margetts. Maybe the game in 5A this last week. Bountiful, Springville, 91-85 for the Redhawks as this game up and down the floor. Heck of a night. Bryson Heath, 28 points, 4 made threes for Bountiful in the win. Lincoln Smith finished with 22 points and 4 threes. 15 made triples for the Redhawks and Coach Gus Sapena's squad. They can shoot it, folks. Meanwhile, for Springville, a very good roster. Saw them earlier this year against Alta. Andrew Miller, 27 points in this one. Jamin Sundrup, 18 points in this one. Springville, 10 threes. 25 made threes in the game combined. That's almost a 3 a minute. Unreal offensive performance from both sides, but Bountiful getting the win 91-85. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Let's go to this one, shall we? Orem taking on Cypress earlier this week, and Orem jumped out on Cypress early, built up a big lead. Pirates kind of chip it away, but Orem able to deal with the push, create a little distance in the end. 72-58 your final score as they defeat Cypress. Jax Allen, 20 points in this one. Riker Mickelson had 16 as the balance of Orem continues to be in place. And I'll say it, that defense of Orem is so tough to score against. Good team. Coley Fosta for Cypress finished with 15. Bayless had 15. as well. And they've got a young freshman as well. Cypress does. Going to make some noise in the coming years. Talking about Springville losing to Bountiful. They beat Judge this last week. Again, you're going to look at Judge's roster and I think that's all that impressive. It's really impressive. That's a really good team. Miller had 20, Sundrup 12, and Hall had 11 in that win for Springville, 66-58 over Judge. Dane finished with 24 in that game. Apathy finished with 13. Some rural games we want to catch you up on. Timpanogos, Stansbury, 74-71 as Timpanogos remains undefeated. They were outscored in the fourth quarter, but they built up such a big lead. It was a great push by Stansbury, but the Wolves able to hold them off long enough. Jackson McQueeson had 28 points, 4 made threes. Jack Johnson finished with 22 to lead the way for Timpanogos in the win. We'll get a chance to see Timpanogos. More on that here in just a little bit. Canyon View over Snow Canyon had a big lead at the half. Ty Attic had 25 points. Phelps Saunders had 21. 62-51 as Canyon View, the view of the canyon beating the snow of the canyon over Snow Canyon by 11. Morgan, American Heritage, 69-56. Morgan with the win. Bracken Saunders, 18-14. Colton Assay, 15-11. And Mason Williams, 14-10 as double-doubles in triple fashion for Morgan in the win. How about the Milford men? Yeah, the Milford men. 53-51, using a 26-16 second half to beat Tabiona. Sosi finished 19-6 to lead Milford in this one. And then we had 100, folks. Yep, we had 100 put up. St. Joe's reached 100 points in a win this week. Gavin Donovan had 32. Gavin Wolf had 22. The Gavins, 55 points as a duo to lead the Jayhawks to triple figures. Congratulations. All right, I think that's about it. No, it's not, because we got overtime action for you. We had 2 great overtime games this last week that we have to talk about. The first one, Hunter and West, 84-81 in triple overtime. The Wolverines able to claw the Panthers? I don't know. What does the Wolverine do? Wolverines won. Dom Fondoloff, 34 points, 3 threes in the win to lead the way for Hunter as Uluwaki Taukiuvea, I think, apologies, 20 points for Hunter in that one. Big nights from their 2 leading scorers. Elijah Alberson went 23-11, and we told you we had another Grinch. It's Elijah. 6 steals in that game for West. Came up just short, but man, his defense was fantastic, helping West keep pace, pushing that game to triple overtime. Philip Ladua, 17-7 in the loss for West. Congratulations to Hunter. We got one more for you, one more overtime game. We talked about East last time, and Coach Cummings trying to change the culture of that program, get back to winning ways, done a great job early. They took on Hillcrest this last week. Hillcrest gets the win, 67-65 in overtime as Anton Mahler, 15 points, 4 made threes. Thomas Ashby, 15 points, 4 made threes. But it was Guillermo Martinez, finished with 10 points, hits the game-winning shot in overtime to lift the Huskies over the Leopards, 67-65. Schneider finished with 18 for East, and Raimondo with 15 for East in the loss. Couple games to keep an eye on this week, folks. Good ones. If you're bored, go out and check these games out. Tuesday night, Skyridge, Bountiful. That will be a fun one with Kohler and Gardner for Skyridge. And, of course, we already talked about Bountiful. They're shooting. Smith. It's going to be a really, really fun game up and down the floor if Bountiful could have their way with it. Coach Gardner, usually he finds a way to slow that up. That's an intriguing one. One more we'll have for you. Yeah, we'll have it. In case you can't get there, come join us on KSLSports.com. PG and Timpanogos. New coaching staff at PG. Been a long time since we have not seen Randy McAllister on the sidelines. New program, trying to keep the success of what that program has been, taking on an undefeated Timpanogos team. This game's going to be absolutely a blast. If you can't get out to Timpanogos on Tuesday, come join us live on KSLSports.com. We'll have that game for you Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Whew, a lot of stuff to get through, folks. We want to thank you for joining us. We wish you the very happiest of holiday seasons. It's crazy to think holidays are here. We got games coming up for you this week. Then we'll take a little bit of a holiday break. And when we come back, we're going to ramp up for region action because the new year means region play, and then it gets real, folks. We will have region races for you from the start to the finish as we take you through region championships and then all the way through state championships right here on KSLSports.com. Have a very happy holiday season. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you next year back here on KSL Sports Rewind.